Alright guys, so we've got Conquerer97 here on the top side of the map versus Mack on the bottom side of the map, and Mack in green chunks, Conqueror in blue here in the Kings of the Old World. Qualifier number 4 through to the round of 16 now, playing here on Vistula Basin. So Conquerer97 gonna go for a trading post. Looks as though Mack maybe looking to do the same here. So for whatever reason, live casted, I can't see their home cities. The Conqueror going for the early mosque. Doesn't look like giving the wood for millet system just yet, but he's getting that nice XP trickle on top of his first trading post. Mack got a trading post now as well. It looks as though Mack just sending 3 villagers. Conqueror not yet at the XP to send a shipment, I don't think. So he's sending 3 settlers now. Mack getting a war dog. The Conqueror getting a bit of wood, so I think the wood probably going to be more handy in the long run, but the war dog going to give a bit of vision. Maybe able to assist in another treasure.
Yes?
So Conqueror now has the wood for millet system, but he hasn't taken the upgrade yet, surprisingly. He probably should just queue that up, considering he's got the wood for it. I mean, you might as well. He's got the headroom to add more villages. I mean, he can take Commerce Age uninterrupted here, so he might as well go for millet system. So Conqueror aging up now. Mack aging up now as well. I'm going to be shipping a pair of churches. Really rake in the XP trickle as well. The Conqueror, come on man, click millet system, you got the fucking wood. Remember that holding alt actually shows all health bars. So the pair of churches arriving now for Mack, and he's going to add a market as well. Look his age up, only slightly faster. Meanwhile, he's just gathering food and gold. So Mack finding a bit of coin and XP. Well, Conqueror's gone for another trading post in the meanwhile. Conqueror shipping a lot of wood now, 700 wood. Well, Mack, age up, finishing up now. Having sent those churches already. Conqueror looking to ship a lot of coin behind this as well, while Mack's German tongue just now popping out now. Mack will be able to produce settler wagons on top of settlers out of the town centre. The settler wagons are able to come out of the commandery, so able to train in tangent. So briefly, Mack will have 3 villager production over Conqueror, though there is a hard cap of only 6 of them for Malta, so you're only going to get 12 vills worth out of that. While Conqueror has gone for millet system. Oh no, hasn't gone for millet system yet, because he really wanted to cram out that trading post. Now he's heading an artillery foundry before a barracks even. Sorry, he's got the barracks. I'm just blind. Blind as a bat. And some Janissaries to try and take down Mack's trading post now. So in response, Mack's just got the commandery for now. And yeah, going to produce settler wagons. Going to let this fall by the looks of things. So Conqueror's actually upgraded the trading post line. We're going to call construction here for Mack, so Mack's just looking to get that stronger gathering through all this, because he'll be gathering at home for a little while it seems. Conqueror sending more Janissaries out, and now going to be getting a bunch of Abus. A scary force to deal with for Mack early on here. Conqueror's going to be able to snatch up these treasures, but it looks like Mack is likely to just work on aging up, possibly. No military production just yet, other than possibly out of the commandery. Shipping a pair of frontier outposts. Frontier defenses, so these guys, I'm deciding against it and shipping 700 wood instead and taking great coat. I was going to say, those towers would be really useful at defending, but at the same time, only to a point. Because eventually your opponent is going to just hit you from a different angle. The commander is going to act as a outpost as well. So it's handy to have that out. Mack's not going to engage into it just yet. The hospital being constructed now for Mack, so Conqueror behind this. Hasn't really sent any more units for the meanwhile. Looking at just going towards Fortress Age behind this and getting whatever value he can here. Taking out the market. Forces his opponent to have to get another one to be able to keep getting more of these market techs. So he's got both of the food upgrades and the first wood upgrade, and all the villager defense and fighting upgrades, but needs more gold and later wood upgrades. So nice push there by Conqueror, making his mark known and forcing some towers out from Mack anyway. But I mean, shipping 700 wood, at least he gets the benefit of having the hospital as well as the 2 outposts, and still a little bit of wood left in the bank, I think. But this is a great push here from Conqueror, who's taken all 4 trading posts and is going towards his Fortress Age. So Mack finding himself in a rough spot right now. He's having to add another church and a market at the back of his base now. So Mack gonna have to try and get Fortress Age behind this. Well, Conqueror can only go in for the 1 Ecotech, and he only just now adding Galata Tower District to get more than 25 villages. Hasn't even had a millet system, but I think he probably will now. Because he's shipping that much wood with the trading posts. 87 per trading post. He should really be able to afford that now. But he's just massing up his infantry for the time being, getting a bit of a scout done on Mack, who's just adding some crossbows for the moment. He's got that 3rd church out, so he'll be generating quite a bit of XP himself, but not quite as much as the 1 temple and 4 trading posts. That's what we're getting picked off there by Mack. So the little things count. Fortress Age coming in, so he'll be able to get his covered wagon out somewhere, but he'll probably want to be a bit careful where he puts it, because it's an impressive fighting force here for Conqueror. He's got a bit of an advantage early on here, I'd say. Mack sort of walling this choke off so that his opponent can't really push from that side. At the same time, he can always flee back in the event that the TC does get sacked. And so Mack going to get this next Steel Bolts shipment. Or Conqueror. These trading posts all sending food other than one sending XP. He still hasn't got millet system, I don't believe it. That low eco Ottoman gameplay. Because really it cost him nothing for the villagers. For the small price of 50 wood, he'd have trained a couple of extra villagers by now. This rush is still going really well for him, because I mean he's managed to hold on to all of these trading posts, knocking Mack off one in the early game, taking out his first market as well. The Conqueror playing pretty passively and just macroing up for the time being against Mack. He's going to add veteran crossbowman for the minute. Mack adding more Abus. A couple more Janissaries as well. Got some Dragoons trained now from the Commandery, so we're seeing like a stables cross outpost. A stables blockhouse, if you will. On top of that, all these defensive structures give gather bonus to the villagers. It doesn't stack though. It's nice to have. These settler wagons are going to have to hightail it out of there. The tower. It doesn't last terribly long with the Spahi in the mix. And the fact that Janissary do hit quite hard against the structure. So the Abus guns. Ottoman can really clear this out reasonably quickly, but Mack is just trying to kite Conqueror through his base under the town centre fire. And the fire of the rest of these towers. He's going to try and finish up another outpost in the meanwhile, and he will get it up. He needs to make sure if he is going to garrison villages, they go in the town centre, not the outpost, because boost the TC's damage. Well, they won't boost the outpost damage. So Mack's still trying to flee for the safety of his second town centre and that wall off now. But by doing so, Conqueror's basically cut him off from all of his unit production here with the Commandery and the hospital behind it, and he hasn't managed to place the fixed gun, which if he... Here we go, the fixed gun's going to get placed. It should at least protect all these villages at the back of the base. At the same time, he probably wants it up to protect these churches. So, Conqueror's going to find he can't really stick around here, but he's really disrupted Mack's early eco, and he's also punishing this army. His Abus guns hit quite hard against those crossbowmen. So even with things getting a bit messy for Conqueror there, I think he's still quite a way ahead of Mack coming out of this push. But Mack not completely out for the count. 60 pop to 85 at the moment, 32 to 32 vills. Just bearing in mind the Ottoman, they really rush oriented. Still no, Still's only just got millet system though, probably Viziers. So no super improved villager production. But it looks like Conqueror might be able to take this town centre off Mack, and this will be rough. He can't move the fixed gun. That's a lot of pop to have locked up back there. So he's going to have to use these Dragoons sparingly. I'm getting really low there. Meanwhile, we're seeing a shipment of Janissary combat here. This will be really strong for Conqueror. Or Mack. Gonna add archaic soldier combat because he is still trying to rely on those crossbowmen. Don't know if he's going to be able to mass up enough of them to take a good fight against Conqueror after losing that second town center and that bloodbath that occurred in his base. So Conqueror actually going to clean up a couple of loose villages of Max here. He's added some Falconets to his army. Or Mack. Adding some more Auto Dragoons. He's getting more of these crossbowmen as well, but he needs to be very careful using them with this many Abyss guns and the Falconets out now. Conqueror's gone for a very aggressive town center here to try and defend this gold mine and pinch it for himself. He's got another town center over this other gold mine. Now Conqueror looking to take an engagement, force Mack's hand. There's a lot of villages here to pick off if he can get them. So Mack having a retreat because he needs to try and muster up the cavalry to pick off the Falconet and even try and use the towers to whittle it down if he can. And Conqueror, Abyss guns being baited into range of the fixed gun there, so able to get a nice shot and pick off 4 or 5 of them right now. So that is sort of Mack's saving grace, is that it's extremely hard for Conqueror to push any further than this at the moment until he does get some more of his own cavalry of some sort. Or possibly try and just get a bunch of split culverins if that actually works against the fixed gun. These Falc's getting quite low, but the goons will fall. So Conqueror walling in Mack now, but it's not quite going to work. Mack's going to go for another town center outside of this as well as an outpost. But is Conqueror going to let him? So Conqueror sending everything back, and Mack is probably figuring out why. Because that second town center attempt, if it gets stopped as soon as it finishes, it's going to be brutal for Mack in terms of investment. Now that he's no longer able to get the resources over this side, because Conqueror is zoning him off them once again. So Mack picking off one of the Falconets, but losing a lot more of his army for it. And now he's walled out here, so he's actually got to break through that. The town center not going to go up in time. So very smart of Conqueror to wall this off. Oh, and he's going to take the town center off Mack there. It's a huge blow. Conqueror going to Industrial Age while Mack stuck in Fortress Age for the moment. Mack going for another town center over here in the safety of his walls. But he'll be pissed that he can't really gather anything over the lower side of this half of the map. While his opponent is really entrenching in the lower side of the left hand side of the map. Because now Mack really restricted for space, and he hasn't got a good opportunity to actually try and take out the trading posts and slowly turn things around in this game. Conqueror adding a stable so he can add some cav archers and hussar. Continuing to wall up just to keep himself safe here. It's crazy how close this TC is, and that Mack is just not really able to muster up enough to actually take it out at this point. Conqueror slightly bleeding his opponent with the fact that he's got a much better XP trickle. adding more barracks and looking to try and go and max out now that he's got industrial age. Also get a factory and start really getting a couple more eco upgrades. Or Mack struggling to mount the force he needs just to hold his opponent out. I'd punish him for such a greedy town center. Now Avis guns working away at the concave of crossbows now, so they've got to back out. Conqueror also going to add guard janissaries, so they'll actually be able to fight veteran crossbows with ease because they'll be much better upgraded, and same with the auto goons. When they're trying to take out the falconer with the militiamen, but it's just not going to be enough, I don't think. It's a huge force, even though Mack is now up to 100 pop. Conqueror over 140. With Siege in the mix, it's a lot easier for him to try and take down the structures than if it was just all infantry. But he's got to be careful to not get in range of the fixed gun. Avis taking a huge risk by just crawling towards the fixed gun like this. But Mack is probably focused on this big ball of units over here for the most part. So now it's going to go for the Avis. And Conqueror having to back out because even though the multiplayer is well behind, the fixed gun has actually really been paying a dividend. But now with mortars on the way, Mack taps out because he knows Conqueror not far off sniping it. And GG, Conqueror takes the game.